Hello, I'm the Straw Hat Farmer. Welcome to Grow Dinner Aquaponics. We're an aquaponics farm located in Statesville, North Carolina. Today I want to talk to you about heat inside the greenhouse. Now, one of the key factors of fighting heat inside the greenhouse is going to be to have some air movement. Air movement will really help keep some airflow going to help fight things like white mildew. You don't need a lot of air movement, but you'll see the leaves moving just a little bit. And what that does is that helps that airflow and helps fight that white mildew. Now that white mildew can be combated easily with a teaspoon of baking soda in 1 gallon of water. And just put in a little small sprayer and spray the leaves and plants where you actually see the mildew. Now that's going to actually change the pH so the mildew will die off, and it will actually turn the leaves a little bit yellow on the specks where the mildew dies away. But don't be concerned, you'll still produce without any problems. Now another thing is going to be shade cloth. You want to look at shade cloths because that's really going to help keep your plants comfortable and your fish more comfortable and yourself as you're working inside the greenhouse. Now shade cloth comes in a lot of different colors and different styles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I'm using. This is actually a white shade cloth. It's more for summer. It reflects the heat, which actually works really well in summertime. This is a black shade cloth, which is more preferably for wintertime. And what this does is actually holds the heat. Now they also make shade cloths in a reflective material, which actually reflects much better than the black or the white. But it's a little more expensive than this material that I'm using here. I've never worked with reflective, but I have read them. What I use is just the white. I don't even change out any longer for the black. I've learned a little different method. And also, the white and the black also comes in different amounts of sunblock, a percentage. You know, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% sunblock. Now each plant, some plants are going to require a different amount of sunblock. Some like a full sun, some like a semi-sun, semi-shade, what have you. Try to work those plants in together in the same bed, close to each other, and then you can manipulate your shade tarp as I do to actually be able to accommodate those plants as needed. Now I use the same percentage throughout my greenhouse, and I use white year-round. Now how I install my retractable shade cloth is really a simple procedure. And what I do is I've made this thing so that I can open and close it any time I need to. This is actually a clothesline cable. It's actually coated, galvanized with a plastic green coating. It looks really nice. And what I do is I take a little eyelet and I screw it in one side of my greenhouse, and I tie a knot and wrap some tape, and I do the same thing on the other side, nice and tight. Now I like mine in small sections because I can manipulate this. I can open and close and gain more sunlight and heat in the winter wherever I need it. So what I do is I go off the side about 1 inch, and then I actually poke a small hole through the shade cloth. You can simply do it with a screwdriver. And then I wrap a zip tie around through the hole and through the cable so that it has a track here to slide on. So that any time that I want to open and close either one section or the whole entire greenhouse, all I've got to do is go back here. And you'll notice I have some, these are shade cloth clamps that actually clamp onto the cloth and it'll help me draw it really tight. Now if I want to open this shade tarp, all I've got to do is cut my 2-end zip ties. Yeah, give me a little bit of a hard time there. And then this will actually slide all the way to the other end. Now we have full sun. So in the spring and fall or in the winter, if you don't want full sun inside your greenhouse, by doing this in smaller sections, it makes it really easy to work with. Plus, there again, it allows you to manipulate. You can have sun on this bed, shade on this bed. That's the benefit of not running one great big piece. But also, I like to run it inside and make it retractable because of the fact it doesn't wear and blow in the wind and tear up as easily. It keeps it inside, makes it easy for me to work with just one person. I hope what I've shown you today will help you combat heat inside the greenhouse. Remember, airflow and shade cloth is going to be the key to keep those plants and fish very comfortable. And I want to thank you for joining the Straw Hat Farmer here at Grow Dinner Aquaponics. And let me close this thing back up before we start getting hot again. All I've got to do, pull it back over and add a couple of zip ties in it, and we're good to go. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon.